help you make sense of West Africa's investment world. This podcast is brought to you by Daba, your most comprehensive platform for investing in African stocks, bonds, and managed funds. You can download the Daba app on your favorite Google and Apple app stores. Today, we start with great news. The regional stock exchange for the WAMU zone posted strong gains on Wednesday, July 16th. So what happened? Let's break it all down for you. The BRVM Composite Index climbed to 310.25 points, rising by 1.2% during the session. Year to date, it has gained 12.4%. This is a very positive signal for long-term investors. The BRVM 30 index also advanced, reaching 153.83 points, up 1.15%. As for the BRVM Prestige Index, it closed at 131.51 points, with a 0.84% increase. All major market compartments ended in the green. On the trading front, the equity market recorded nearly 400,000 shares, exchanged for a total value of 2.39 billion CFA francs. That was a jump of 241% compared to the previous day. Investors were clearly active. Now let's look at the top-performing stocks of the day. At the top of the list, Unilever Côte d'Ivoire surged by 7.5%, ending at 22,145 CFA francs per share. Over the past year, the stock had soared by 242%. For investors seeking growth in consumer staples, Unilever remained a must-have in the region. Ecobank Transnational Incorporated Togo followed, rising by 6.25% to close at 17 CFA francs. It marks a strong rebound for this stock, often favored by small investors. A smart way to diversify into the regional banking sector. BICI Côte d'Ivoire, a BNP Paribas subsidiary, gained 5.7% to reach 17,440 CFA francs. Its one-year performance was over 24%. This showed the resilience of top-tier banks operating in the region. Air Liquide Côte d'Ivoire climbed by 3.92% to close at 530 CFA francs. The company showed a solid recovery after a few quiet months. Finally, SMB Côte d'Ivoire rose by 368% to 9,145 CFA franc. That signals renewed strength in the industrial sector. Now, let's turn to the biggest losers of the day. BRVM Côte d'Ivoire dropped by 6.92% to 1,210 CFA franc. CIE, the national power company, declined by 4% to 2,400 CFA francs. Tractafric Motors was down by 3.04%. Total Energies, Marketing CI lost 2.44%. SAPH closed down by 2.13%. These price drops remained moderate and were mostly due to profit-taking after previous gains. Let's take a closer look at the strongest sectors of the day. The telecommunications sector increased by 2.15%. The industrial sector gained 1.2%, led by SMB, Air Liquide, and Sycable. Financial services rose by 0.76% thanks to gains in Ecobank and BC. Consumer staples edged up by 0.86%, with Unilever and Nestlé both performing well. The energy sector declined by 0.74%, affected by a pullback in Total Energies. The utilities sector fell by 2.24%, driven by the decline in CIE. For sector-focused investors, these movements reinforce the value of banking and consumer stocks. Overall, the BRVM confirmed its strength in a dynamic West African environment. Growth stocks were back in the spotlight. If you're a long-term investor, these trends could boost your confidence. And if you're just getting started, this is a great time to build a diversified portfolio. Speaking of which, if you want to receive weekly recommendations on top-performing stocks, get exclusive analyses, and cut your investment fees, you should subscribe to Daba Pro. With Daba Pro, you don't just follow the markets, you stay ahead of them. Let's now turn to the bond market. A total of 50,783 bonds were traded today for a total value of 356.1 million CFA francs. That volume confirmed a healthy demand from both institutional and retail investors. Among the most active instruments were several 10-year government bonds. The TPBF 650% maturing in 2028 was particularly popular. TPCI 5.90% 2024-2029 and TPCI 6.0% 2024-2031 also saw significant transactions. This confirms a broader trend. Investors were looking for stable, fixed-income instruments amid global uncertainty. WAMU government bonds remain a cornerstone for medium-term portfolio allocation. If you are looking for stability with annual coupons between 5 and 6.5%, these bonds were still very attractive. On the dividend side, several companies had upcoming payouts. SAPH is scheduled to pay 368 CFA francs per share on July 17th. Nestlé CI will pay 308 CFA francs on August 18th. SGBCI will issue a generous 1,163 CFA francs per share on August 5th. ONATEL Burkina Faso will distribute 189.53 CFA francs on July 21st. If you hold any of these shares, be sure to watch the ex-dividend dates to receive the payouts. Let's wrap it up. The market closed higher. BRVM indices were all in the green. Unilever, Ecobank Togo, and BICI Côte d'Ivoire delivered the strongest performances. The bond market confirmed investor appetite, especially for 10-year maturities. And several blue-chip firms were preparing to reward shareholders. Whether you were investing long-term or just starting your journey, the outlook remains favorable. It is a good time to take action and adjust your strategy. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening to the Daba Markets Talk podcast. We'll be back next Monday with another update. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating, follow us, and share with friends. Remember, this information is for educational purposes. Always do your own research or consult with a financial advisor before making investment decisions. And download the Daba app on your app store to start investing in African stocks, bonds, and manage portfolios through your phone and find other helpful content. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing your financial knowledge.